are not just, getting the number one quarterback, or they're not just getting a guy that looks the part. They're getting a guy that really loves the game of football, comes from a great background, and I know he's set goals to do great things in the NFL.
You say selfless. You say selfless. In what ways? Any examples?
A lot of people say they are conscious of other people's feelings and they care about other people, but Mitch really lives it out. He's very self-aware, especially in a social setting. He's very sensitive to others. He's very careful about what he says, whether not to be rude. So he's very conscious of that, and that credit's it's got to go to his parents for teaching him that.
What's he like as a roommate?
May I have your attention?
Mitch is a very he tries to assert himself as the dominant. He was always Switz, get the dishes, take the trash out. I'm like, yo, Mitch, you are not my dad. But no, he was great, man. He was a guy that loved to hang out with. Anytime I saw a scary movie or something, he was very open to letting me bunk with him. Very, very appreciative of Mitch and his personality.
What kind of setup did y'all have?
So the first 2 years we lived in a little 4-bedroom suite on campus in the dorms, and then me and another one of our teammates, Chris Francis, moved off, 3-bedroom house. He was downstairs next to the kitchen, so he was not very fond of me and using the blender in the morning. But no, we had a great setup and we had a great time.
He's your guy, but were there other guys on the team that thought he should have been the starter earlier on than he was?
That wasn't really our call. We were left, the other players, we were left to just roll with who we got. Marquise did a great job for us. Obviously won a lot of games, broke a lot of records, but we always knew the talent that Mitch had. So that was never in question. So what's happening right now with everyone oohing and eyeing over him, we've seen for the past 4 years. He's just now getting on the national stage. So we never felt like he was getting the raw end of the deal. It just worked out where he had to wait a little bit longer.
Did you ever think he might seriously consider transferring?
We talked about it a lot. That's something that me and him, had discussed. But from day one, Mitch has always been a very loyal character, and I never really got the feeling that he would leave, just because of how genuine and true to the university he was. Plus, I knew that he loved the guys he was around, so I think that was a big influence for him.
Last thing for me, he said very confident in his NFL type arm. How and where will we see that tomorrow?
I guess anytime he throws it, I don't know.
Certain routes, I wonder.
Mitch, one of the things that Mitch did really well, that blew my mind, was he was the guy that could make those opposite number comeback throws, like all the way across the field, throwing it 50 yards. So, he's got great arm talent, and if you can't see it tomorrow, just pull up the film. There's plenty of it.
If you go back to the conversations you had with him when he was not playing and he was going through some of these things, what do you remember about the way he handled it, the way he sort of worked through the emotion of not being in the position that he wanted to be in?
Yeah, to be honest, man, I'm not sure what, I wasn't in his head, but I would have been, I know it was difficult for him, but he kept cool. Obviously, there was times at the house, he opened up a little bit, but that would have been tough for anybody, man, to have such high expectations coming into college and having to wait your turn. And a lot of people don't do that nowadays. They pack up and leave. So I think that's a testament to his true character. And it was not easy for him, but I tell you, he worked, and he literally, the one spring that Marquise was hurt, Mitch took all the ones, had no problem with it, even though he knew that it was still Queese's team. He stepped in there without having an attitude and had a great spring. So, he's reaping the benefits of everything that he's done for the past 4 years.
Why do you think it took him so long to get the starting job? Why do you think he wasn't starting?
It's not anything that he did wrong. Queese was a great college quarterback. Like I said, broke every North Carolina record. Won 11 games for us. Queese did a great job. It's just one of those things where Mitch had to wait his turn.
How do you describe his intangibles for the game?
Mitch is one of the most football smart individuals I've been around. I think one of his best attributes is his anticipation for how things are gonna, unfold. And you've got to have great anticipation playing the quarterback in the NFL. I talked about it earlier. His demeanor on the sidelines and really communicating what he saw in the defense and how we could better attack that was second to none. Helped me as a receiver.